common factors, and common multiples. A number that cannot be divided exactly by any integer apart from 1 or itself is called a prime number. What are factors? Factors are numbers that can be multiplied to get another number. All right. So when a factor of 2 or more numbers are compared, the factors that will be same to all the numbers being compared are the common factors. All right. For example, we can say we get two numbers. We are comparing two numbers. We are comparing 4 and 6. Okay. What are the numbers that can enter into 4 without leaving a remainder? We have 1 can enter into 4. Okay. We have 2 can enter into 4, and 4 itself can enter into 4. Okay. We have 6. Let's look at the numbers that can enter into 6 without leaving a remainder. We have 1, 2, 3, and 6. Now, when we compare these two, which numbers that are found both here from the factors of 4 and the factors of 6, then those numbers that we're going to find are the ones that we call the common factors.
So when you are asked for what the highest common factor is, you go for the biggest factor that you found. In this case, we had 1 and 2 as the common factors, and the highest common factor is 2.
Multiples. What is a multiple? A multiple is the product. The product is always found by multiplying 2 numbers, 3 numbers, or whatever. Okay. So a multiple is a product of a whole number and any natural number. Okay, so that is what a multiple is. So every whole number has an infinite or an endless number of multiples. Meaning, if you say, what are the multiples of 2? Okay, it means when you multiply 2 to whatever, it keeps on going and it's endless. Okay, so that is, it is not possible to list all the multiples of whole numbers unless there are a restriction, unless you're given to say from the multiples of 2 between this number and this number. Yes, you can be able to list all the multiples, okay? But if you're not given the limit, then the multiples are endless or they are infinite. So for example, you can say write down the first 6 multiples of 5, all right? 5 itself is a multiple, all right? 10 is a multiple of 5. 15 is a multiple of 5. Okay, 20 is a multiple of 5. 25 is a multiple of 5, and 30 is a multiple of 5. So when the multiples of 2 or more numbers are compared, there are times you are given 2 or 3 numbers or even 4 numbers, and you are comparing them to find, you know, the multiples, the common multiples. Okay, you can be able to find the common multiples by first listing the multiples of the first number, the multiples of the second number, the multiples of the third number. Then you begin to find which ones are common. Then you can be able to do what? To identify the common numbers. Now, when multiples of 2 or more numbers are compared, the smallest multiple to all is what we call the lowest common multiple. For example,
what is the least common multiple of 36 and 12? So, and they say another way to say this is LCM in parentheses 36 and 12. And this is literally saying what's the least common multiple of 36 and 12? Well, this one might pop out at you because 36 itself is a multiple of 12. And 36 is also a multiple of 36. It's 1 times 36. So the smallest number that is both a multiple of 36 and 12, because 36 is a multiple of 12, is actually 36. There we go. Let's do a couple more of these. That one was too easy. What is the least common multiple of 18 and 12? And they just state this with a different notation. What's the least common multiple? Or the least common multiple of 18 and 12 is equal to question mark. So let's think about this a little bit. So there's a couple of ways you can think about. So let's just write down our numbers that we care about. We care about 18 and we care about 12. So there's two ways that we can approach this. One is the prime factorization approach. We can take the prime factorization of both of these numbers and then construct the smallest number whose prime factorization has all of the ingredients of both of these numbers, and that will be the least common multiple. So let's do that. 18 is 2 times 9, which is the same thing as 2 times 3 times 3, or 18 is 2 times 9, 9 is 3 times 3. So we could write 18 is equal to 2 times 3 times 3. That's its prime factorization. 12 is 2 times 6. 6 is 2 times 3. So 12 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3. Now the least common multiple of 18 and 12, let me write this down. So the least common multiple of 18 and 12, 18 and 12 is going to have enough prime factors to cover both of these numbers and no more, because we want the least common multiple, or the smallest common multiple. So let's think about it. Well, it needs to have at least 1, 2, a 3, and a 3 in order to be divisible by 18. So let's write that down. So we have to have a 2 times 3 times 3. This makes it divisible by 18. If you multiply this out, you actually get 18. And now let's look at the 12. So this part right over here, let me make it clear. This part right over here is the part that makes up 18, makes it divisible by 18. And then let's see, 12, we need 2 2's and a 3. Well, we already have 1 3, so our 3 is taken care of. We have 1 2, so this 2 is taken care of. But we don't have 2 2's, so we need another 2 here. So notice, now this number right over here has a 2 times 2 times 3 in it, or it has a 12 in it, and it has a 2 times 3 times 3, or an 18 in it. So this right over here is the least common multiple of 18 and 12. If we multiply it out, so 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 3 is equal to 36, and we are done. Now, the other way you could have done it is what I would say just the brute force method of just looking at the multiples of these numbers. You would say, well, let's see, the multiples of 18 are 18, 36, and I could keep going higher and higher, 54, and I could keep going. And the multiples of 12 are 12, 24, 36, and immediately I say, well, I don't have to go any further. I already found a multiple of both, and this is the smallest multiple of both. It is 36.
Okay, so you are welcome to this our channel. All right, so if you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe so that you are able to be notified whenever we upload any helpful video. Don't forget also to share this video with all those that are writing their grade 12 exams, either this year, next year, or another year. All right, this is dedicated to all those students that are writing their grade 12 exams, the GCEs, and even others who just want to use this for education purposes.